Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is January 28th, 2021. I want to talk about the death of the actress Cicely Tyson. She passed away today at the age of 96. They haven't released the cause of death for this woman, but according to her manager, she passed away peacefully, surrounded by her family. And I looked into her career because I didn't know too much about who this woman was because I never really came across any of her films. But looks like for the majority part of her career, she made movies that had a lot to do with slavery, and looks like she died on the perfect day because, as you guys should know already, whenever they shame black people, they always use the same numbers, right? The number 42, the number 60, 59, all these numbers that they use throughout history to shame black people. And these same numbers came across when I was decoding her death. But before we talk about the numerology behind her death, let's look at what the reports are saying that happened to her today. So it says here that Cicely Tyson, a legendary film, television, and stage actress known for Sounder and other roles, died Thursday at the age of 96, her family said. With heavy heart, the family of Miss Cicely Tyson announces her peaceful transition this afternoon, her manager, Larry Thompson, said in a statement. At this time, please allow the family their privacy. A cause of death was not immediately given. Tyson was born and raised in Harlem and was first discovered as a model for Ebony magazine. She began her screen career with bit parts but gained fame in the early 1970s when black women were finally starting to get starting roles. So I looked up to see what type of film she made, and I came across these three. Notice the first one is The Autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, another slavery movie. I haven't seen the trailer for this movie here, but I'm pretty confident that it deals with slavery because it looks like all her movies was dealing with slavery. This one was called A Woman Called Moses. And then look at this one titled The Help. I mean, that's self-explanatory. And then the article mentioned this film, Sounder. And this film actually has a lot to do with her age of death because the title of the movie, Sounder, is Something 96, like how she died at the age of 96 today. But let me show you guys the numerology and why she died today on the 28th of January. So today's date, it's usually, you can write it out 28/1. In the majority of the world, it's written this way, the day before the month. So January 28th is read as 28/1 in the majority parts of the world. 28/1 is like 281, which is the 60th prime number, right? And of course, the N word sums to 60. Now, her surname, Tyson, that's a name that sums to 42 and 30, just like slavery. And just think about her movies that she made throughout her career. It's all movies dealing with slavery, black people, slaves to white men. I mean, if you watch the trailers, that's what they are. It's just black people serving the white man. And just think about the numbers 42 and 60, numbers that they use to shame black people. You guys remember the fight where it was Tyson Fury versus Wilder? I mean, that was a big 42 and 30 ritual. They use these numbers all the time, 42 and 30, 42 and 30. The word Martin is 42 and 30. And there's so much more. Malcolm X is 42 and 30. It's just these numbers. They always show up, right? But this movie, Sounder, that came out in 1972, the title of the movie sums to 96, like I mentioned, and that's the age that she passed away, at the age of 96. And this film was actually also connected to her death because if you notice, she was born December 19th, 1924. And the film, Sounder, was released 86 days after her birthday. And then she died at the age of 96, right? So it's almost like the title of the film and the release of the film it was connecting her to her death, right? Because it sums to the age that she died, and of course, 86 represents blood sacrifice and human sacrifice. So it was kind of telling us like she'll be blood sacrifice. She will be a blood sacrifice at the age of 96. And then she had another film titled The Autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. Came out January 31st, 1974. She played the character Miss Jane Pittman, which also sums to 96, like her age of death, right? And this film came out 46 weeks before her birthday. And Sacrifice sums to 46. So think about these two films having a connection to her age of death. And then both of them being released with the numbers that we always talk about when it comes to ritual killing, right? 46, 86. I mean, what's the odds of that? You know, these two movies that she's remembered for, they both connect to 96. And then she passes away today at the age of 96, right? But the sick part is how they continue to use the number 30 and 42 to shame black people. Because her first name, Cicely, notice it sums to 30, just like slavery, right? Slavery, the N-word is 30. Like we mentioned, Martin is 30. Think about MLK. Malcolm X is 30. And Malcolm X is also 42, right? Her surname, Tyson, also sums to 42. And it also sums to 30 because Tyson has an S. So in the cipher where the S is only reduced once, known as single reduction on Dirac calculator, Tyson sums to 30 and 42, right? And yeah, and then she dies on 28/1, which is the 60th prime number, right? Freemason also sums to 96 and 42. You know, she died at 96. Her surname, Tyson, sums to 42. So yeah, so like I said earlier, I don't know too much about her career, or you know, I just, these are the only films that I was able to locate. You know, I haven't seen any of those films, but I'm gonna watch them just to see if I see any more symbolism pointing at her death. You know, but it's pretty interesting that she played the character Miss Jane Pittman, which sums to 96, and then they emphasize right in the headline, Cicely Tyson, legendary actor known for Sounder, right? And other roles, typically a slave. And then she died at 96 and Sounder sums to 96, right? Also says here that Tyson was nominated for an Oscar for her role in Sounder and received a Tony Award in 2013 when she was 88. Okay. 2013. The word death is 213. But yeah, so for the person that asked me to decode this, there you have it. I'm definitely gonna watch these films because it's just unbelievable how. I mean, what's the point of a slavery movie? What's the point of that? Why do you have to make a movie about slavery? Why? Why you gotta remind people, like, oh my God, this stuff is just. They don't make movies about anything else, right? Why, man, I'm not even gonna get into these topics, man, because these topics are very touchy. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks everybody for joining us, and I'm still working on my book, as you guys can see right here. I got a lot to go, you know. I'm getting started with the Kobe Bryant chapter, and that's like, oh my God, there's so much. But I'll keep you guys posted on when I'm gonna release it. So, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.